Good morning, gorgeous people. It's 4:03 in the morning. It's so early. But I've got to be up because my cab is arriving in about an hour to pick me up and then heading over to Melbourne Airport for the first leg of my international foodie adventure. I'm so excited, everyone, but I'm so tired as well. Oh, I'm sitting here on my couch, um, just watching a bit of Mr. Carrington with his car boot haul. Oh, I'm so tired. I can't even remember what time I went to bed last night. I think it was relatively early. This was, I think, 11 a.m. I think it was. Oh, sorry, I can't even speak. I think it was quite early. It was about 11 p.m. So not even late. So I am quite excited for the start of this trip. I'm just about to jump in the shower, and hopefully they'll wake me up. Um, I'll have a coffee once I get to the airport. I'm going to pop into the American Express lounge because I am flying a low cost carrier. I'm flying Air Asia. And for those who have flown Air Asia and those who know Asian will probably already guess based on my airline where I'm headed and where I'll be landing. I'm so excited, I can't wait. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to have a few more tokes on my vape, and then I'm going to go and have a shower and wait for my taxi. See you at Melbourne Airport. Anyway, I need to make myself a coffee. Normally, that's the first thing I make, a coffee, but for some strange reason today, I decided to down half a litre of water first thing. So I now need my coffee. I'll show you my luggage. It's all set. I apologise for the mess. Haven't had time to clean it up, so I'm leaving it to lovely Mark to clean up the mess so I can jet set off on a fantastic foodie holiday. But anyway, so here's what I've packed. I'm wearing my Lacoste shoes, my Mind Shift. So this is my biggest concern. I mean, it doesn't look too big, but it weighs a ton. Oh, well, it doesn't weigh that much, but when you're carrying, it's roughly about 14 kilos. So I know Air Asia has, hand luggage weight restriction of up to 7 kilos. So I'm really, really, really hoping that they're generous today. And then, there we go. That's what you saw in my previous clip. My hard case luggage. It's actually quite packed, so I'm not going to have a lot of room in there. Might have to potentially, if I buy a lot of souvenirs and a lot of things, I might possibly have to buy another bag. We'll see. I'd rather not. Yes. Oh, coffee's ready. So it's just coming on 5 o'clock in the AM. So I will go and have my coffee, drink more water, and I'll see you at Melbourne Airport. Okay, I'm fully checked in. I am Asia bound. I'm so excited, everyone. So the check-in crew, she was so lovely, and I don't know if anyone knows, but Air Asia is actually moving from Tullamarine Airport to Avalon. So she couldn't actually give me a date when the actual official move is going to happen, but it looks like it's going to happen sometime in December. But yes. So you're probably asking, why are you heading outside again? You've checked in, shouldn't you go through immigration and then just head to airside? Well, here's the thing. To all smokers and e-cigarette vapors, there is no smoking lounge in the Melbourne Airport. So if you want to have a cigarette or a vape, do so before you go airside. So this is your final opportunity. There are hacks, and I'll talk about that maybe in a future video. But for now, I'm just going to go for a big vape, and then I'll see you airside, which I will actually I can't show you because we have to go through immigration, and then I need to go visit TRS to claim my tax back on a few purchases. So I will see you once I clear all that red tape. I think I'm actually quite charmed at the moment. Just got through TRS, that's the tourist refund scheme, in record time, and now just walking through, you know, the forced duty-free section, which I know a lot of you don't like, but I enjoy a bit of window shopping. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, look at all the chocolates. But my recommendation, so I obviously couldn't film as we were going through immigration and customs, but if you had a water bottle, I think everyone knows this now, you have to empty the water or throw your water bottle away. So what I always have on me is an empty water bottle. But if you don't have that, as you walk through the very first duty-free, right next to the alcohol section, I highly encourage you, even if you're not like me, flying a low-cost carrier, I highly recommend you go and buy a couple of bottles of water. So it's probably the cheapest you'll get at Melbourne Airport. So I will buy 2 bottles. So I'm just going to walk past it now. So here you go. I always buy 2 bottles, so I'll see you on the other side. Irrespective of whether you're flying a low-cost carrier or full service airline, you need to keep hydrated on the flight. And I know I personally feel guilty asking the cabin crew to continually come and give me, you know, cups of water. And in the case of low-cost carriers, say Asia, you actually have to pay for water. So at $4 for 2 bottles, that's pretty good value. And because I'm headed towards a lounge now, I've got an empty bottle as well, which I've brought with me, and I'm filling that up to the top, so I'll have plenty of water. I know that I've got catering with my flight, and it'll come with 1 small bottle of water, but I can never have enough. Okay. Wow. This Melbourne Airport looks amazing. They have done incredible kind of renovations to this space. Looks really, really good, guys. So we have 2 lounges. One is the Priority Pass, so I'll check that out. And then the one that I really want to go to is the American Express Lounge. And I think those with... sorry, I've just realized that because I'm using one hand, I'm actually, as you can see here, I'm also recording a walk through Melbourne Airport on my GoPro. So if I'm putting my hands up there, I'm actually blocking the view for my other video. Okay, so I will see you at either the Priority Pass or the American Express Lounge. I think we'll visit the Plaza Premium first, and then we'll head into the American Express at the end. Or no, you know what? We'll start with American Express, and then we'll go to the Plaza Premium at the end. Don't think it matters. So I've changed my plans. I was originally just going to come into this American Express Melbourne Airport Lounge, just to have a little walk around, taste some of the breakfast, have a coffee, and then head over to Priority Pass Lounge. But according to my boarding pass, it is currently 8:07, which means I have 23 minutes before my flight starts boarding. I just don't think I'll have the time or the inclination to really head to another lounge. I'm just going to sit here, charge up all my devices, have a coffee, have another juice. I think that's some weird watermelon juice. I don't know. I'll wait till we get out. The sound of the escalators are a wee bit loud. But that was actually a very nice experience. Not so much the lounge itself, but made more so by the fact that Sarah, the lounge manager, was absolutely lovely. She made me feel really welcome, and you know, she's going to be another subscriber. So if you're watching this, g'day. I look forward to seeing you in August when I return to this airport. Okay, for now, I have no idea which gate I'm supposed to be in. I don't know. I think... Okay, so we were originally supposed to be in gate 11. Gate changed to 16, so the furthest gate away. And I'm holding this big ass heavy freaking backpack. Note yourself, hire someone else to help me carry my gear because I have no upper body strength for all this equipment. Oh. Good morning. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard AirAsia Flight D7215, service bound for Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Thank you.
As your World Galley, I'm now on AirAsia X D7215, Melbourne to Kuala Lumpur. The flight left on time, I believe, 9:35 a.m. local Australian Eastern Standard Time. So the flight length is going to be 8 hours, and so far I couldn't be happier. I'm in the AirAsia Premium flatbed seat, so it's really an angled flatbed seat. You get a pillow, a comforter, and one meal and a drink. One thing about airlines, I don't know what it is, whether it's just Asian Airlines, but actually no, because the last time I flew to North America with Air New Zealand, the ambient temperature is warm. Like, I'm in a short sleeve shirt. Like, I had a jumper on before, but I'm now in a short sleeve, I'm in a t-shirt and I'm sweating. Don't know why I've got my doona on, but I just like having something on me just to feel comfortable. I hope you can actually hear me above the hum of the cabin, which is one of the reasons why I've got the lav on. Hopefully you can actually hear me better. Just before takeoff, one of the cabin crew came round and asked if we wanted our complimentary meal just after takeoff or before we landed. So I had a pretty big breakfast in the American Express lounge. As you saw, it wasn't actually that big, but it was filling because I normally don't have, as you all know, I normally don't have breakfast and lunch. So I opted to have my meal just before we land. I cannot actually exactly recall. I know what I booked online when I booked my flights to and from Malaysia. I know on one sector I booked a Nasi Lemak, which I suspect is actually on the way to Malaysia, and then leaving Malaysia I booked a chicken rice. Either way, I've had both of them because I fly AirAsia X very, very frequently. In fact, if I'm flying to Southeast Asia, specifically if I'm flying to Malaysia, I will almost always fly AirAsia X. They have some incredible discounts. And if you're in their premium flatbed seats, it's actually very generous in terms of spacing, price, and comfort. In this mini cabin, there's 2, 4, 6, 12 seats. As you can see, it's very spacious. I cannot speak highly enough of AirAsia X. The service is almost always phenomenal. The cabin crew are incredibly friendly. I personally think you're getting a very good product at a very low price point. So another thing I'd like to, I suppose, bring to your attention is I am, not that I actually adopt the rule of thirds, but I've made the decision that I am now going to be very, very harsh in terms of framing faces and scenes, very much dead smack bang in the center of the frame. The only reason being, I just don't have the energy or the desire to do multiple takes for Instagram TV, so IGTV, for Instagram stories, and for YouTube. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a single cut, a single film for all my scenes, and then I'm just going to edit the YouTube segments, the YouTube videos, and I'm just going to edit it in post and kind of zoom in for Instagram TV proportions and dimensions. Yeah, it is. The local time is about 10 a.m. I actually don't know because I don't have a flight map, so I actually have no idea where we are and what time it is. But I think it's roughly 10:30 a.m. We've just taken off, and I'm not sleepy at all, even though, as you all know, I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. In fact, I woke up before my alarm went off. I set 2 alarms, my bedside alarm, and just in case we have a power cut overnight, I set my iPhone to wake me up at 4 a.m. as well. So I'm neurotic, I'm quite weird. I've got very, very, very mild OCD, but my alarm clock by my bed is actually 10 minutes fast. So when I set it for, say, 4 a.m. wake up call, it's actually waking me up at 3:50 a.m. And I'm quite, I don't know, anal that way. So I cannot express how excited I am to start this journey. I mean, this is phase 1. This is step 1 of what's going to be a life-changing experience. Life-changing that I'm probably going to eat so much, I'm going to double my weight and I'm going to have to go on another shopping spree. So it's a win-win. Well, I couldn't hold out. I know that I said that I was going to wait till 1 or 2 hours before the flight landed, but more and more people were eating their meal and I was just getting hungrier and hungrier, so, well, why wait? Okay. So, as it turns out, I did order the Nasi Lemak for my meal on this flight, and, included as part of the deal, you get water, but because you're in the premium flatbed, you actually have access to this mineral water throughout the whole flight, so you don't need to pay if you want more. Plastic cutlery and a napkin. Don't know if you can see. That's a packet of ikan bilis and kacang, or deep fried anchovies and peanuts. Ooh. Oh my god, that smells so good. I'm possibly one of the easiest people to please when it comes to airplane food because I'm not picky at all. I'm actually probably the least picky person around. Oh, look at that. And focus. That's the ikan bilis, they're fried anchovies and peanuts. And this is Nasi Lemak. So what we have here is, looks like egg, shredded egg. We've got the coconut rice, sambal, and looks like a chicken rendang. Obviously, you know what water looks like. So, this is how I eat. Hold on a sec, I don't know why that's on spot focus. Here we go. This is how I eat Nasi Lemak. I always like to mix the anchovies and the peanuts and the sambal into the rice. But before I mix the sambal into the rice, let me taste this coconut rice and see how lemak or how creamy it is. This is just the rice. You can taste the coconut. It's salty. And I can definitely taste the pandan. Actually, that's pretty good. This is sambal. It doesn't look that spicy. No, it's not that spicy at all. Actually, if you're not a fan of spice, this could potentially be a bit too much. For me, I love spice. So any of you who watch my past videos and my taste tests, you know how much I love spice and it's spicy foods. So this doesn't even kind of bleed on my radar. But I can appreciate that if you don't like spice, that this could potentially affect you. Okay, now I'm gonna get some of that egg. It's egg. Get some of that chicken. Oh wow, that is seriously good. I can taste all the spices. I can taste, you know, the rempah that was made to cook this chicken. It is delicious, seriously flavorful. I mean, here's the funny thing, this is effectively an economy class meal, but the flavor is quality Malaysian Nasi Lemak street food. It is really, really good. So if this is your first time flying Air Asia, or if you've flown many times, I highly recommend the Nasi Lemak. It's so good. I've flown Air Asia many times to Malaysia and all around Asia actually, and I will always order the Nasi Lemak. So what I like doing is create a mess obviously, but I like to mix it all in together. Mix the sambal and the kacang and the ikan bilis. There we go. So hopefully you can still see and hear me. And you can see my lunch. Bit more light. There we go. I'm spilling my food everywhere. Excuse my fingers. It's clean. I'm so happy right now. This is my first meal heading towards Malaysia. We're technically not in Malaysian airspace yet. I think we're in international airspace. But I'm so glad to start off, and one of the reasons why I always order this Nasi Lemak is because, you know, it just reminds me of where I'm going to. That I'm going to a country A, that I love, and B, the food that I herald as one of the best in the world. Oh. You know what, for me, just give me that rice, the peanuts and the ikan bilis and the sambal. It is so good. I don't need anything else. I'm such a klutz, and you're going to find out over the next few months that I will drop things, I will trip over my own 2 feet, and I actually have a policy of the 10-second rule. If I drop anything on the floor, irrespective of how filthy or dirty it is, I'll still eat it. Normally in the Nasi Lemak, the egg is just a whole hard-boiled egg, but this just looks like you know, like an egg omelette that's been thinly sliced. Mark, Mum, Kit, Leanne, I know when you watch this, you know exactly what I'm saying when I say that I'm so happy to be eating this right now. The only thing that will make this perfect is to have like a can of Coke Zero. Oh, something fizzy. Oh, better yet, an iced coffee, like an iced Malaysian coffee or kopi peng. An iced teh tarik will be beautiful. Actually, I noticed, I was going through the menu before and I noticed that they have an iced Vietnamese coffee. If they have it on this flight, I might actually order it for later on, because I think there's still about 4.5 hours before we get into KL. I think I'll order one, because Australia is 2 hours ahead of Malaysia at the moment, at this time of the year. So we're, what does my clock say? So back in Melbourne, it's currently 2:21 p.m, which means that it's 12:21 p.m. in KL. What a great start to a truly wonderful foodie adventure. Thank you, AirAsia X. Awesome. Okay, I've landed. I'm in KLIA International Airport 2, KLIA Dua. So for those not familiar, Kuala Lumpur has 2 airports, KLIA 1, which is used primarily by the Malaysian Airlines and all the full service airlines. And you have KLIA 2, which is the main kind of hub for AirAsia, Malindo Airlines, which is another Malaysian subsidiary. I don't know how it works, another similar airline that's owned by the Malaysian government. I don't know. I don't actually know what I'm saying. That was an incredibly quick and easy 8-hour flight. Hardly any turbulence. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that there was no turbulence, so it was actually very comfortable. Now, one thing about KLIA 2, it is a city within an airport. It is massive, seriously. You have to walk for miles to get to the destination. So I love to walk. Considering I've been sitting on my fat ass for the last 8 hours, it's really nice to just get walking. But for those of you who struggle to walk the distance, there are designated spots where you can sit down and wait for one of those trolleys, buggies that'll come pick you up and take you to immigration. Okay, that was an ordeal. So not so much, the walk, but more so the immigration. There was like no order and we were just walking everywhere, and it finally got through. It was really quick. You have to biometric scan your fingers though. Okay, I think we're carousel 9. here's a tip to all you vapors, which I'm sure if you're into vaping and you travel a fair bit, you've already worked this out. This whole baggage carousel process just takes time, especially if you're in an international port and there are multiple flights kind of arriving at the same time. What I usually do is I take the time to kind of get my vape prepped, because as you know, the whole air pressure and everything, all the juice just gets sucked out of the wick. So I take this as an opportunity to either replace the coil or, in my case, because I'm using a BVC, all I'm doing is I'm just topping it up. Okay, so like I was saying before, buy the taxi voucher before you actually exit. So you want to actually buy it there. So just after where you scan your bags, you come around and you go and grab one of the vouchers. So for me to get a thing to, La Apple in Bukit Bintang, it's about 84 ringgit. So that's roughly just under 30 Australian dollars and that's like an hour's drive. So we now have to make another monumental walk. But before we do, I actually need to grab a SIM card. Okay, so I got myself a Hotlink prepaid card. I just paid 50 ringgit. It's a 30-day plan, prepaid plan, and I think I get 6 gigs of data, unlimited SMSs, unlimited calls, so perfect for my stay here. Now, if you recall, I said that it's a city within an airport, so we're going to have to make our way down and head to Gate 4. Almost ran into a wall there. A wall jumped in front of me, but yes. So, got my SIM card and I bought my taxi voucher, and I've had my first fatality for this trip. Fatality is such a strong word, but my lens cap for the Alpha 6500 pancake lens has gone walkabout. I suspect it's fallen in between the seats somewhere. Don't know where, but yeah, it's gone walkabout. So, one of the first things I'm going to have to do tomorrow morning is head out somewhere to find myself a Sony lens cap. That's going to be fun. I just won the lens cap. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe and bell notification buttons below. And if you've yet to visit our Instagram account, here's the address. Thank you all so much. Tim signing off from Malaysia. See you later. Bye.